What is up, guys? It's Coke Butcher here, bringing you guys another commentary. We're going to be talking about COD XP, particularly OpTic Gaming and what transpired during COD XP for them. If you guys don't know, COD XP, COD Champs, pretty much the same thing. The biggest event in COD esports, $2 million in prize money, 800,000 in the first place. Biggest tournament ever. You come home with not only $800,000, but you come home with a ring and a trophy to hang up. So, COD Champ is the biggest event for COD esports. If you lose it, it's too bad. If you don't place well, if you don't place like top 2, top 3, you're pretty much gonna be forgotten. There's pretty much no point. You failed at your goal if you don't place like top 3 during COD Champs. You're pretty much coming home with nothing. So, OpTic placed 7th again for the second year in a row. Wet the bed again. It's so disappointing because of how much they've hyped themselves up for this event. I'm talking about, this dude Crimsix and MLG Orlando said, that event was just practice for the big one. So they talked really big game throughout most of the year and didn't show up again. It was just so bad. I don't know what happened. There was a lot of big mistakes that they made during the tournament, and it was just really momentum shifting plays that happened where they were responsible for that just sucked the life out of them. I don't know if it was a lot of pressure on them. I don't know if there was a lot of mental lapses, but there was just so many things that were going on while they were playing that was what the hell. I mean, they lost to Complexity in pool play. Then they lost to Envyus in winners round 1, and then they lose to Cloud9 in the losers bracket to play 7th, which is just really bad. It's really reminiscent of what happened last year. They lost in winners round 1 to Denial. JCap was on that team, and then JCap's on Team Envyus, and he takes them out again in round 1. And then last year in COD Champs, Aches beat them to eliminate them from the tournament, and then Aches did the same thing again this year to eliminate them from this tournament. So it was just really bad. Like I said earlier, there was just a lot of momentum shifting plays that were caused by them to really take them out of games and just demoralize them as a team. So it was just so much going on. I mean, everything from the formal lightning strike on uplink that killed both him and Scump to pretty much throw away that game. Crimsix, the way he played inside the CTF against Cloud9 on Fringe was just really ridiculous. I mean, this dude was pulling the flag while his teammates were dead. It was just absolutely ridiculous. There was actually one play where he pulled the flag to 3 players on Cloud9 while they had their flag, and it was just insane. I mean, if he would have pulled the flag to 10 and just waited for his teammates to come, and because here's how the whole play laid out. Cloud9 got 3 down, pulled OpTic's flag, right? They pushed it on train tracks. Scump and Formal spawned in, so they were chasing the Cloud9 players from train tracks, right? And Crim somehow got inside their base on Cloud9 and pulled the flag. He pulled the flag to 3 of Cloud9's players, got murked, they got a flag return and a cap at the same time, and pretty much threw away that game. If they would have won that CTF, they would have won that series, and I thought they would have went really far into the tournament because of the momentum that they would have had from being Cloud9. But things didn't work out. There was also another thing that happened in that series. Scumpy stopped shooting Ricky on the CTF. It was the very last CTF also, map 5. He just stopped shooting and just got melted. And, that game got thrown away because they had a 2-round lead. I mean, all they needed to do was win one more round, and they would have been further in the tournament. But it was just insane. And that's not the only time it happened. What else? OpTic took down 3 of C9's players in the first S&D on evac, I believe, and Lacefield gets a 3-piece because they all just lined up for him. I mean, just mental lapses, inexcusable mistakes that just shifted the game and just hyped up the other team because they fucked up so badly. It's just insane. I don't get how stuff like that can happen. I really don't. I mean, how do you choke so hard on so many different occasions where you should have won? They had the 5-4 lead in both of the S&Ds against Cloud9 and lost. There was just so many plays in the Search and Destroy where it was like, alright, they're gonna do one thing and then they just change their mind. Like, they were gonna do a fucking bunker push to plant the bomb, right? Either B or A, either bomb site, but they were gonna do a bunker push, and like 40 seconds left in the round, they just changed their mind and just wrap back around the whole fucking map. It's like, plays like that makes no sense to me. You know, no team does that. Alright, we're gonna push bunker. Oh, you know, fuck you, nothing's happening. Nobody's pushing out flank, so we might as well just wrap around, That doesn't make any sense. It means the other team is playing patiently and waiting. You have to push them. You have to be aggressive. And they were absolutely horrible in Search and Destroy throughout the whole tournament. Choked away a lot of S&Ds, and it was just so bad. I don't get how they can play that horrible and lose. And now, I can't even consider them the best team in Call of Duty anymore because of, like, shit like that. And Team Envyus, overcame a lot during that tournament. They beat the best teams and won it. They absolutely won it. They wanted it more than everybody else, and they won it. And I congratulate Team Envyus for winning COD Champs. They're the best team in the world. They're the best Call of Duty team in the world right now, and there's no debate in that. I mean, you look at who they had to go through in COD Champs to get that $800,000, to get that ring, to get that trophy, to get the notoriety and that popularity of winning that. They deserve it. And the thing that's most shocking to me is the video that Crimsix made after everything went down. He pretty much said, they had a bad S&D tournament. That is true. But he didn't elaborate on what happened. He didn't really give much of an explanation. It was a 2-minute video. And then he goes off saying that he doesn't know if he wants to play in UMG Orlando. As being a leader of a team, because Crimsix is the in-game leader, being one of the smartest players and one of the most talented players in Call of Duty, and to have somebody, I can't imagine how the fans are feeling right now. Hearing this man say something like that, I don't know if I'm going to compete in UMG Orlando. You don't say stuff like that. You really don't. It makes you look weak. It makes you look really defeated. After losing COD Champs, Infinite Warfare is right around the corner. You should compete in UMG Orlando to make a statement that we're coming, that we're not going to accept this. Because as of this moment, just you disable the comments on your video. You're ducking everybody on Twitter. Oh, we're on vacation. We're not going to address the issue, what's going on right now. I mean, Hex made a video, speaking about it. But nobody else on freaking OpTic Gaming wants to talk about it. They're dodging Twitter. They're not making a video on YouTube. You guys have to address the situation. That's why I sort of wish that there was like a press game conference in, Call of Duty esports to, really get their thoughts on what happened. Because, these guys, have to be cognizant of the fact that there's fans that are disappointed, and you have to address it. And then to say, oh, you don't even know if you're going to compete. You have to compete. Because you have to redeem yourselves. You have to get yourself back in that winning mentality. Win that tournament. Appreciate that moment. Get back into that spirit of winning. And prepare yourself for Infinite Warfare. To get a win right before Infinite Warfare will really, like, change your attitude, man. And you don't do stuff like that. You got these dudes ducking everything, man. I respect Clayster because Clayster actually made a video addressing the whole thing, and we're gonna make a video about FaZe later on. But make sure you guys subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'm out, guys. Peace.